ever get a branded gift and then put it in a box where all the logoed mugs and water bottles are stored and where they live? See, I appreciate getting gifts, but what I appreciate more is getting gifts that are bought for you with you in mind. And today on the Waist Up Wardrobe Studio, we are going to be talking to the rock star of corporate gifting. And she's going to be giving us some mega ideas of how to do gifting right and do it with thought. So, you know the drill. If you want to hear everything she's going to say, you're going to have to stick around to find out. Welcome to Waist Up Wardrobe. I'm Christine Vartanian, a civil engineer and attorney turned personal style expert and image consultant. As the founder of Jade for All Seasons, I am passionate about unveiling the inner confidence of my clients by developing their personal style. But is getting dressed up still important in our virtual world? Well, that's where my experience can help with what I call Waist Up Wardrobe. Waist Up Wardrobe is a podcast for all things you need to conduct an outstanding Zoom meeting. It's about how to dress for the camera, but it's not just about the clothes. It's about everything you need to know to show up on brand and professionally for the camera. Join me in the Waist Up Wardrobe Studio to discuss how to navigate this virtual world and dominate from behind the desk. Hello, Virtual Nation. It's so wonderful to see you here today, to have this conversation today about something that is pretty relevant to this month. It's gifting, and gifting the right way and thoughtful way. And before I get started, I do want to say thank you for being here, for being part of this community of Waist Up Wardrobe, where you come to hear a new, fresh show that has everything to do with how to show up on camera professionally, but also off camera professionally. We, of course, talk about how you have to have a great camera presence, but we also are very, very big on entrepreneurship because we know so many of our listeners and viewers are business owners, and they understand what it is to be an entrepreneur, because it is a world that is different. To be an entrepreneur, to be somebody who is innovative, a visionary, all those things requires so many things to be dialed in, from your brand to your image to your mindset and your business savvy. And every show is a fresh new show that helps you in one area of your corporate living, your entrepreneurial life. So thank you for being here. And I also want to say thank you, big thank you to my super awesome producer, Rick Moscoso, who's always in the production room making this show possible and making it a complete success. I'm so grateful for you, Rick. Thank you for being here. He did tell me secretly he does not want to appear on the show today, even though I was so curious about his perspective on corporate gifting. But we have a very great show in store for you. And I'm very excited about our guest here today because not only is our guest sort of the guru of how to gift in the right way, whether it's corporate or otherwise, she has founded a company that is so heart-centered and has so many interesting things about its culture that I just can't wait to really to talk about it and dive deep into the culture of her company. Before I do that, I'd love to just kind of brag about her a little bit and introduce you to Courtney Taylor. Courtney Taylor is the co-founder of Bundled. Bundled is a corporate gifting company located in Michigan. She's a former special education teacher, a mother of two. She's a wine lover and a do-gooder. Years ago, Courtney and her business partner, Chelsea, started a blog called Chick in the Mitt, which was all about showcasing the amazing sights, sips, tastes, and things to do in their home state of Michigan. And as they discovered the amazing products that they did as they were doing that, they wanted to support the small businesses in the Detroit area. And they thought, why not make these unique gifts available to everyone around the world? And thus, Bundled was born. And we're going to learn a lot more about Bundled and how it actually was born and its mission. And it is a mission-based company which is women-led, which is amazing. And they believe that they are experts in spreading joy, saving customers time across the nation with unique gifting and shipping solutions. So please help me welcome the amazing Courtney Taylor. Thank you for being here, Courtney, I am so thrilled to have this conversation with you here today. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much.
Yes, I'm so excited that our paths crossed because at this time of year, we are in December, and it is just such the perfect time to think about the gifting process, right? We are all looking to invest in gifting ideas, whether it's corporate giving and gifting or really personal gifting, but we're always looking for those unique, thoughtful ideas. And I feel like, as I was talking about at the top of the show, sometimes we get gifting gets so automated, right? I mean, I appreciate gifts, but it's just getting one more mug that is logoed by somebody else is just almost excessive. Like I have all these mugs and I really just don't know what to do with them because personally I like to drink out of my own logoed mug. Right?
Absolutely.
So tell me a little bit about your thought, your opinion about that when it comes to unique gifting.
Yeah, so it's interesting you said that because I hear that more than you can ever imagine. So, one of the special things about our business is we kind of have what we like to call concierge service. So, our clients come to us, they have this vision, they have a purpose, and we work with them one on one and curate from start to finish, giving our suggestions based on what we get from feedback from our other clients and customers. So it's the logoed mug is kind of working its way out. I think a lot of people got stacked with them during COVID when they were receiving gifts from their employer or other people, and it's kind of moving its way out. So
Yeah.
yes.
It's so passe, I think. It's like that is it's easy for the giver, but it doesn't really make an impact as much as it used to, perhaps.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah. Well, I want to get to know you a little bit better on a
Yeah.
personal level before we dive into the real, like, technical questions. So, I know you're a very heartfelt business, but there are some things I kind of want to know a little bit more about. If I were to ask you, do you prefer vintage or new and sparkly? Which one would you be?
Ooh, I would say new and sparkly.
Oh, okay. Very interesting. Given that I was thinking you're going to say something different because I know you curate from different places, sort of the kind of the things, but tell me why you say that.
We do deal with a lot of small businesses, and but everything that comes into our warehouse and everything that comes into our hands, and when I work with vendors and look for new products, it's all I think of new and sparkly, and that's what I
Yeah.
want to present to my clients,
Yeah.
and for them to gift. So
I know. And I can't say that I love both.
I know.
There's a time for new and sparkly,
Yeah,
or the vintage peach that's wrapped up new and sparkly is
yeah,
really
absolutely, absolutely.
good. Okay. Staycations or vacations?
Ooh, vacations. My kids are
Stay-
getting old enough that
Mm.
it's turning into a vacation again. It's not so much of a trip where it was for quite a while. I feel like I can go on an actual vacation and sit in a beach chair and watch them instead of, tending to them the whole time. So
Oh, I remember those days when my kids were really little and I got to a point where I was like, I don't want to travel with them anymore. It's just too much work. And I would need a vacation from my vacation.
absolutely. We called it a trip. We're like, that was a trip. That was not a vacation. There was
Right.
nothing relaxing about a plane ride with a 2-year-old.
Yeah. Well, when they get to be 5, when your youngest is 5, it's like a magical age. Things do
Yes.
shift. You're absolutely correct about that. Um, Online shopping or shopping in person?
So this is funny. I do like to online shop, but I am still into the mall. I We have this local mall around us, and I get so excited because my daughter is 8 now, and I'm like, I want to take you what my mom used to do with me, like back to school shopping. I don't want it to all show up at the door for or at our doorstep for her. I want to have that experience. So a little bit of both, but
Yeah.
I miss the in person shopping. I think there's something to be said about it for sure.
I think it's so interesting. I think we're falling back into this sort of a little bit. The smaller business are more popular. Smaller
Mhm.
businesses rather than the sort of scaled businesses. The going back to the old ways of doing things, I think has that charm, right? I mean, women right now, especially like shopping for prom dresses. Like there's this younger culture that just wants to buy their, $30 dress from like, some site in overseas.
Mhm.
Whereas now I'm feeling like moms are now wanting to go out shopping with their daughters. So it's so interesting, the shifts and the cycles that happen.
I know.
But they both have their
I love
charms.
them both. I do
Yeah,
them both.
me too. Me
Yeah.
too. So tell us a little bit. I mean, when I heard about your company Bundled, what one of the things that really intrigued me was your company culture.
Mhm.
Just all the things you have built into it and why you do it and some of your core values. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Oh yeah. Yeah. So we are definitely a mission-based company. When my partner, there's two of us that founded this together. We've been friends since middle school. When we started the company, we're like, okay, if we're going to do this, we're going to do it right. We're going to make sure that we stay true to who we are as humans, right? That we give back. So there's a couple of things that are super important to us. We're women owned and led and operated predominantly. Chelsea and I are both moms, and we're really trying to show our team that they can do it all, without literally falling to the ground every night and saying, I can't do it anymore. So we're trying to teach them about that balance between motherhood and work, and that it should be a balance. I taught, as you said, for 15 years, and there was no balance. I would come home and I was so exhausted. I couldn't give anything to my kids. So, yeah, so that's a huge one. We also employ adults with disabilities. When I was teaching, I was directly, I saw every day the impact that unemployment had on the individuals that I was working with. So when we started the company, I'm like, I'm going to do something directly to impact that. So we have an inclusive environment that is so great. It's just good vibes as soon as you walk through our warehouse.
Yeah.
And then we also support small businesses. So we look for, we try to curate our products from small businesses across the country, which is pretty cool.
I love that. It's like a threefold, give back
Mhm.
almost. So you support women, women who may otherwise not be able to actually have a job because they are busy raising kids, but they want to do it all and they want to have this opportunity. So you're providing that plus the whole employment of people with disabilities. It's just so heart centered, and I could see where that would come from your roots of being a teacher for was it children or with disabilities that you
I was in a high school, and then I actually worked with adults for a
yeah,
while too,
yeah.
helping them to obtain employment. So
Yeah. And
yeah.
then you took that and you translated it into your very own company. I mean, what a gift. It's that ripple effect that we create as business owners, and that's so amazing. I really, really love that about the business. As I was kind of exploring your business further, I was like, wow, this feels like so aligned with the business I love to promote myself. So, and also that you promote, these small businesses. Um, excuse me.
That's you.
This is the beauty of being live, right? Everything gets caught on
Yeah,
tape.
whatever. We all sneeze, right?
Rick will be sure to include that in a blooper.
Yeah.
Um, so tell me, how big is your company team?
We have about 7 women on our leadership team, and within our sales. And then our warehouse staff kind of varies. We're kind of project based and seasonal. So that will go anywhere from like 11 to 25. So it just
Yeah.
depends. I mean, they're knee deep in crinkle paper and boxes and ribbon right now in the warehouse. So it's fun time of year for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So the Christmas season, obviously, or this holiday season is definitely a busier time for you guys. Um, and do you find that corporate gifting is a year-round thing though, or how does that work really?
Oh yeah, corporate gifting. It's funny because for a long time we really looked at it as a seasonal thing. And over the past 2 years, we've grown into a company that's servicing other businesses year round. Internally, for staff members, employee appreciation, events, and then externally for clients, for recognition, referrals, all of those kinds of things. So
Yeah. I mean, that's amazing. You never think about sometimes companies as they're growing and really growing their own company culture and their marketing, they never think of all those things opportunities to gift, right? That it's a marketing tool, really, and it impacts their bottom line, wouldn't you say?
Huge marketing tool. Employee retention and morale has been a
Yeah.
really big, and just keeping it fresh. We're always working with our clients. I love my clients. They're my people. I'm working with them all the time. They're calling me, they're texting me. I'm giving them the most exciting things and really trying to change it up so they don't get that logoed mug again, or give it, I should say.
Absolutely. So is it mainly B2B or do you do more than that?
We do. It is mainly B2B, but we do have a B2C. That was our baby when we started. We were only B2C. We had an online or website that the average consumer could go on and pick a gift and ship it off to anybody. But as we've grown, the shift has or the focus has shifted to other businesses and corporate gifting.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, I think I could see an opportunity everywhere really with that because just because everybody needs this, right? Every company that is going to market for themselves or really build a company culture or it really does need that. And I'm just curious. I know I said a little bit, I touched on this a little bit at the beginning of the show, but how was Bundled really born? Like, can you give us a little bit of background on that?
Yeah. So you talked about our blog that we started back in, gosh, I think it was 2015. We had this little idea, Chelsea and I. I can still remember we were sitting on my couch in my first house and we're like, let's start a blog. We love to eat, drink, dine, do all the things. So we just started going around to different places in Michigan, and Detroit was kind of revamping itself at that time. So it was a really great opportunity to, showcase the city that we love. And we started getting were sending us products to try. And we were like, wow, there's some really amazing curators across the state. Maybe we should make this into a gift. And then that's where the idea was born. And we both, worked our other jobs for the first 3 years and just kind of rolled all the money back into it to build it up to what it is today.
Yeah. Well, I can relate, like you were saying earlier too, to me that, I can relate on starting a business on a shoestring because, it's not, you don't want to go into deep debt to actually create the dream that you're looking to do. Even how, no matter how much we believe in our dream, it's still, there's life, there's family, there's other places where you want to be investing your money. And you're like, okay, do I do this? Do I not? What's the play here? And I do really relate to that because I built my business on a shoestring and here I am 10 years later. And just, it's sort of that journey of the entrepreneur, when you say.
Oh, absolutely. Asking my husband, can I take $2,000 to start a business, that he was like, what?
Yeah.
What are you going to do with this money? And now I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
aren't you happy you let me do that?
Same, same. It's so funny because, as much as our families love us and they appreciate our ideas,
Yeah.
sometimes they don't see what we see. And that's why, honestly, being part of a community of entrepreneurs, like here on Waste Up Wardrobe, we have entrepreneurs that listen to the show, that come on as guests and so forth. And we all know that journey, right? We don't want to burden our family life by, investing in something that we don't know what's going to happen, though we know in our heart there's a real purpose, and when it's purpose driven, you will succeed. It's our dream and it's not necessarily visible to everybody else.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. So when the word bundled, the name brand, I am curious because are most of your gifting ideas like bundled baskets, bundled boxes, or is there another reason for the name, or just give us a little bit of idea of the scope of it?
Yeah. So the name came to us in the original, when we were just going to do kind of gifts online for people to pop on and send something. But as we've grown and tapped into different parts with the corporate gifting, and then we also do some fulfillment services for companies as well. It just all aligns because that's what we're doing. We're basically bundling different products and different things into a package and getting it to the recipient.
Yeah.
So it really, it's stuck, and it's definitely a huge part of our brand.
So when somebody goes to your website, do they see like examples of bundled gifts, or are these all customizable, or can you tell me like what they would see or how that would work?
Yeah, so the best way to navigate the site is you go on and you can see the individual kind of examples of what are basic things we keep on the shelves or add in seasonally, and then just ideas in the corporate world of what we do. But it's really, like I told you earlier, more of a concierge service. We're not looking for you to upload your logo onto something and just ship it out and not know what's going on. We're working with our clients. We're, establishing their vision and making it perfect.
Yeah, very thoughtful, very thought out, and very customized in a way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and the website, and Rick will put that here in the comments, is bundledmi.com.
Correct.
Yeah, bundledmi.com, and we'll put it in the comments so people can reference it. Again, Rick, for you to be able to put up there, bundled mi.com. I'm just I can't wait to go there and navigate myself. So tell us like one of your favorite bundled gifts that you've created, your company's created for somebody.
Ooh, that's, oh, I know. So it was actually last year, we partnered with a company and we put on an event called Boo Bash. And it was for Halloween. And it was for every kid in the company got this box of all sorts of activities to do for Halloween. And we had to source 10,000 pie pumpkins that were probably like bigger than you'd think, like not like a little gourd, from a local farmer. And when they showed up with their truck to drop off these 10,000 pumpkins, everybody was like, what is going on? But they were so cute. And we got so much wonderful feedback because it's going to kids and families. And, so that was probably one of my favorite. I got to work with them on curating, face painting, and it was super fun. So
That is amazing. It ties into your, love for like younger people, and
Mhm.
also it's exciting and fun, and it's something you can be really proud of, right? Your tagline, I'm trying to find it because I have it down here somewhere, but it is the world is a better place when everyone gets the chance to shine. And I thought that was really cool because a lot of what you do brings happiness to so many people all at once, right? It's like all of a sudden, bam, you're bringing joy to so many people. How does that feel?
Oh, it's the best. We always start our team meetings with, you guys, everything we do brings joy, like that is so cool. Um, we all know, even when you have a package coming from a company and it's on your doorstep, even though it's coming, it's still so exciting to open
Yeah,
that and see what actually is. So to get something that you have no idea, and just the thought that someone's thinking of you, whether it's your employer or, a friend, it doesn't matter. It's nice to know that someone's thinking of you outside of an
absolutely.
email or a text, right?
Absolutely. I mean, it's just that unique way to, and the uniqueness, right? The customization that goes into it, um, is so. I think that's the most wonderful thing about what you do is that you're not getting a cookie cutter gift. You're getting something that was really um, given to the recipient with them in mind. Like, what is going to bring that smile to their face? That's what makes it very unique. So, when a client calls you, how do you start like thinking about the perfect gift they can give? Or do you have sort of a thought process or an idea um, that you kind of start with?
So we kind of have a specific outline of questions that we know once we get those answers, we can really run with it. So we go through that, and then we don't want to make it difficult. Nobody wants to spend a ton of time on this. No one they're running a business or they're trying to do their job. So we just need those couple little things, and then we run with it. We put together a full visual proposal. We send it back, and usually it's spot on, and go from there. So yeah, it's definitely it's customizable from start to finish.
So two things you just said I totally resonate with is sort of that making it easy, right? People don't want something where they have to spend too much time. If they're going to invest in something, they don't want to spend too much time, too much effort doing. So just that effortlessness is part of the service that you provide, right? I feel the same way when I tell people when a lot of my clients will come to me and they're, getting dressed up is just a lot of work for me. So I'd rather just not think about it. So my job is to make it easy, effortless, and fun. Easy, effortless, and fun is sort of my motto. So I totally resonate with that. And the other thing that you said about that is that you give them a visual representation. Now that is pretty cool because in order for somebody to really understand what the end product is, they kind of have to visualize it. And because you're custom building something, maybe it's harder to explain. So the visual is always a good idea.
Yeah, absolutely. And a visual of what they're looking for, not just, random on our website that someone else thought up. So, yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, that's everything. That is everything right there. Because really, what you're telling them is that you are unique and your recipient is unique. And we're going to build something for you that represents you as a unique gift giver and them too, so they can enjoy it. I think that's just a win-win for everybody, really. A win-win-win
great.
for you as a service provider as well, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because some of our clients will come to us and say, listen, I want to make sure that every single one of the women or families in my company that has a baby gets a gift, and it's all year long. So whenever that trigger, whenever they sign on to have a dependent, we want them to get a gift. And then we design it one time, and then that program runs throughout the entire year. So, and they're picking out things like maybe it's really important for them to have a baby book that has diversity in it. So we make sure that we have that, or, a certain type of blanket or whatever it might be. So it's really cool. It's at like one time. And then if they want to run a program, they could run it forever. And, we
Yeah.
update them once a year, and it's out of their mind.
As a business owner, though, too, what a great model for you, right? Because you've created this is a very unique gifting service, but it's also this automated piece where you can, as an entrepreneur, scale, which is so important if you're building a business. I
Oh,
mean, nobody
absolutely.
builds a business. I mean, very rare for people to build a business and then say, I don't want to make money on it. You have to make money. You have to profit. That is why you spend so much time and effort and energy. That's part of the reward too. So that is such a great model for so many entrepreneurs out there that maybe want to do something similar, right? So that is very clever. So what has been the most uh, interesting or funny request you've ever gotten to include in a bundle? Has there been anything kind of where you and the team just had like a lot of laughs around or just thought, this is very different?
Gosh, I don't think so. I don't think there's been anything crazy quite yet. We do, I guess it's not crazy, but we do some medical device fulfillment for companies. So our team gets a laugh when, different types of medical devices come through the warehouse. But other than that, and we get, so this is a part of our website that's for the B2C customer. You can go on, order a gift, and type in a note, and we'll handwrite it and send it with the gift. And we kind of have a wall of fame of really funny notes that come through because we get to read them, and they're mostly pretty heartfelt and all of those things. But sometimes they come through and they forget that someone's reading them. So. As far as putting anything odd, we haven't really had any crazy requests.
Well, I mean, I think that's pretty interesting. You
Yeah.
have a whole wall dedicated
Makes
to
us
that.
laugh. We have to laugh, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, with all the customization that you're doing and all the thought that goes into it, there has to be like these moments where it's not automated. This is like life happening, right? And everybody has different need and everybody has different requests. And so I think that could be it's fun. It's part of the fun and the joy that you bring to your team when you're really creating these special pieces
Yes.
and bundles. So how, like, if somebody wanted to work with you, if whether it was a corporation or individual, how do they get started? They just kind of reach out to you personally? Do they go on your website? What would be the process?
So the easiest thing is just go to the website and fill out a contact us form, and then we just get the email, and somebody gets back with them within the business day.
Yeah.
Obviously, directly is fine too, but that's the easiest way I think to find us is just to go on there and fill out the contact us form.
Yeah. So you talked a little bit earlier too about how, there's corporate gifting, um, especially during the holidays, and we talked about gifting to your team members. So that's another way. And also gifting for marketing, um, just to people that you want to either work with or that your customer base. Is there anything else I've left out here, opportunities for gifting that you've seen be really successful?
We do a lot of swag
Yeah,
shops. So people that work for companies, a lot of salespeople, they like to wear their logo, right? And their company likes them to wear their logo. So
yeah,
we host a lot of kind of ongoing swag shops that for corporations, and we do all the back end work. So it's just kind of like a hub that they can go on to and they can get their swag, they can get their gifts, they can get whatever they need, which is kind of that's pretty cool, and it's easy. Like I said earlier, it's done. It's kind of created once a year, and then it's open
yeah.
for whatever they need.
Like promotional materials, or
Not
is it different?
necessarily. No, when I say, I guess I should say more of generally clothing is a big thing for
Yeah,
swag, which is what a lot of companies like to get into their salespeople's hands.
yeah,
A lot of merch like that, hats, sweaters,
I see.
shirts. Yeah.
One of the things that when I first started, I wanted to have is sort of like canvas bags that had my logo on it, so I could deliver a canvas bag I thought could be very useful. You can reuse it, and I want it to be like great quality. But one of the challenges I had as a small business was that I couldn't get. It was really hard to find somebody who would do small quantities of things like that. Is that a challenge that you run into, or do you solve that problem for people?
We do. We definitely run into minimums when you have to do logo setups and things
Yeah.
like that. But we find our way around it. We have creative ways to still make it feel personal for our clients without having to put out, a big minimum up.
Yeah.
So
See, that is genius right there. That I felt when I was early in my business, I was a small business. I really wanted to have some special things, like even like dust covers or garment bags with sort of some like really nice high end like canvas ones with a logo on it, and I couldn't find anybody that would do a small quantity. It had to be like 2,000 pieces. Well, first of all, it was not in my budget, and second of all, it was a lot of stuff. Like I didn't have storage for that. So it's not just a cost thing, but it was like a storage thing. So I think to solve that problem, if it could be economical for a company to do that, because that's the only thing, right? Typically, like you said, it's not economical for a business to provide small quantities. So the fact that you've gone around that can't is really it really serves the small business, I think.
absolutely. And we serve a lot of our larger clients too. You said with the storage, we have a big warehouse. So we do warehouse a lot of items for so we always say like get it out of the mail room or the storage room of your office and we'll hold on to it. And then when you need to ship it out, we have it. It's safe, but it's not taking up a bunch of room in your area.
See, that is also an amazing service
Mhm.
because that has was always my challenge because my workroom is based within my home, so I'm limited as to how many boxes I can stack in a corner, right?
Mhm.
So, I think that's really cool. One of the things that you guys do is the fast kitting and fulfillment services, and I just want a little bit of clarity on that because I'm curious.
Yeah, so it works a couple different ways. But generally what it is it is a client will have their own products, their own promotional products. Like I said, maybe it's been sitting in a basement at the office, or maybe they just need to get their promo materials out to all their sales reps. So the inventory comes into us and we're just not sourcing it most of the time. We can source it and we do that as well, but the kitting and fulfillment is where our client is sourcing the products. They're getting it to us. We're packaging it up into little kits and we're shipping it across the country or wherever they need it to go.
I mean, that is also an amazing service, and I love that you're not excluding people who don't source from you. Like, you actually will help them with that, which gives you this opportunity to really connect with a client that later on might actually ask you to source for them, right?
Absolutely. And that's the idea. It's you don't have to be exclusive to us. I mean, there's plenty to share, right?
Right.
So we want to help them out. We want to show how great our service is, and then with the hopes that the relationship will only grow.
Exactly. Exactly. I feel again, similar philosophy in my business. But I think that's really amazing. Um, so I just want to like kind of ask you, how important do you think it is for companies to really invest in corporate gifting or gifting to, their team? What does that do for people, and how important do you think it is?
I think it's really important. I think it's important for a number of reasons. I do a lot with human resources. A lot of my clients are HR reps, and they're looking for ways to really make their new hires feel like a part of something, especially when if people are working virtually or they're not expected to come into the office. So you we're building connections. And when you're not in an office or you're not working every day side by side and getting to know someone, giving them something that says, I'm thinking of you, or here's a connection to the company, or here's a little, happy hour kit for our meeting, or whatever it is, or grab lunch for our meeting today, that kind of thing goes so far. I mean, employees want to feel recognized. They want to feel important and valued. And gifting is a very easy way to do it, because a monetary amount doesn't always have that same impact, or a gift card or something. And we get a lot of that feedback that a lot of our clients are like, I'm so sick of giving a gift card. I feel like there's no personalization. It doesn't make, it's just, do they even use it? How do I know what they like? So
Yeah.
it's just, it's so important.
Yeah. I'm a proponent of both. Give the gift card in the
In a
thing.
gift, we've
In
been
the
doing
thing,
that
yeah.
a ton. We've been doing that a ton.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because the thing is too, it does, extra money nowadays goes a long way too. But again, you don't want to be like the Amazon gift card. Here's your Amazon. I went and got 10 of
Through an
these. Here you
email or
go.
something, right?
Right.
No, we've
Yeah.
been doing we get a lot of our clients and we can get large quantities of gift cards too. We have a service that we work with, but we'll get the gift cards and tuck them in, into a really cute gift, just to give that personalization. Actually, one of those baby year-round baby situations that we do, they put a Visa gift card in every single one, which is kind of cool. So,
That is really cool because not only so you're touching their heart and you're also helping them, right?
yes, yeah.
It's two things. It's a twofold gift. It's like, here, I'm giving you something that can actually help you in
Mhm.
terms monetary, because that makes a difference in people's lives. It takes a little bit of pressure off, but I'm also treating you.
Right.
It's the both the things. And if you can budget for that, why not? Why not put the thought and the gift together and have a company like you do that for somebody at a large scale? Because, then it gets, you almost like, if somebody if a company just decided to do this for themselves, they would actually have to hire a person to be responsible for it.
Oh, absolutely. And the labor that goes into
Yeah.
it. When people get passed off to us finally, when they're like begging their boss, can I please outsource this? I don't want to, package every gift that comes through. They're so happy.
Yeah. It has to be very, again, making life effortless
Mhm.
and make it easy and bring that joy. That I love your company. I love the core values. I love the whole thing, and I'm so grateful that you were able to join us here today. I know you have a special gift for whoever listens to this episode in the next 24 hours. Let's say there is a special gift with the hashtag gifting and shine. They will get a special code so that they can, and we can actually put the code up too, to to get a benefit from using your company. So thank you for that. I really, really
Absolutely.
appreciate that. I'm sure that anybody who takes advantages of it will actually get to experience the process that that is so special in your company. We always wrap up the show with, Waist Up Wardrobe weekly wrap up. And the main thing here is that we want to tell people, after having listened to the show, or even if they didn't listen to the entire show, what would be the main takeaway when it comes to gifting in a thoughtful way that you would love to leave the audience with?
I think just remembering that staying connected to people is so important, especially now. I feel like everybody's looking for a way to be connected, and gifting is such an easy way to do that. And we take all the work out of it. We love
Yeah.
it. It's so fun.
Yeah, and totally, it's a way of showing gratitude, making somebody happy, changing people's lives. It's truly what you're doing. Any tip for the audience when it comes to if they're like toying with this idea, like I really need to do this for my team or for my clients? Is there any tip that you would say you can give the audience on that?
I would say that, you know, just because it's the holiday season and everybody feels like they're gifting now, if it's not the appropriate thing to do now, that's okay. Like there's still January and February and all year round. So if they don't necessarily, maybe the company doesn't have the funds or whatever, it's all year round. To connect and bring joy to someone is just as important.
You bring up such an interesting point, about obviously the budget for it, right? Some companies may not have the budget, but there are things that you can do that are very affordable, I bet. Like I'm sure you've come up with some creative ideas. Even sometimes just like a thoughtful drip quote coming into your email box, or maybe you get sent a note or a card or something. Do you ever do something like that where January is a new year, so now it's like a happy new year greeting. February is Valentine's Day. What are you doing for Valentine or something like that? That's month to month, and that enhances people's lives.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, we do mailings all the time, but also just because it's the holiday season doesn't mean that this is the only time that people gift.
Yeah.
It is. It's desk refreshes in January and February. It's different novelty items throughout the year. So there's always an opportunity.
Yeah. And you said something about, especially nowadays, because we have come out of this session of this period of time where, everybody's sort of detached from each other, that it makes it even more important to do this kind of thing. This whole season of quiet quitting that we're seeing in the workforce, where people are feeling like, I'm just going to do the bare minimum to get by because I don't know if my corporation's really invested in me. They don't really care about me. So it's another great way to care about people so that they can care about you. I always say, especially with team, if you are always asking or you're always showing your team members that you're there to help them build their dreams, you're invested in their lives, and gifting is one way to do that. They're going to be invested in you. They're going to want to give you more.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And Jennifer Reynolds is here, and she goes, she really enjoyed the show. And she says, what about the wow, awesome job type of gift? Oh, that's an interesting idea. Like, you did a great job, so here's a gift. Do you ever get that request?
We do. And we have, like, we call them pop-up shops, where a lot of times the clients will just keep them up and say, okay, they'll send their employee, great job on this, pop on there and grab whatever, you have this amount to spend. So kind of like a gift card program, which is cool. Yeah. So we do
Yeah.
that as well. Yep.
That is yeah, that is definitely a great thought. I mean, that you want to reward people as they're, helping you build, right? And so that's a
Mhm.
great idea. So finally, if there's been one action item for, like, you're telling your, potential corporate client, or really any potential client, one action item for them to do when it comes to thinking about thoughtful gifting or gifting in the way that we've discussed here today, what would that one action item be? Say they've never done it before, or they're thinking about doing it, but they're kind of like, too much work. What would you suggest as an
I would
action?
say go to our website, bundledmi.com, and contact us. Give us a
Yeah.
chance to kind of show you, what we love to do, and take care of that need. We do free consultations and proposals all the time. No one is ever tied to moving forward. So we just love to have those initial conversations and get creative.
Love that. It's a great way of doing business. I do the same thing in my business. There's nobody wants to feel like they're obligated when they call to that they have to do something. They just want to, if they want to learn more, they might not be the client for now, but they might be the client for next year. You
Exactly.
never know. You're building relationships. And so I totally believe in that. And I am so excited that you were able to come on the show today. Remember, it's bundledmi.com. Check out the website. If nothing else, just go check out the website, see what they've done, see what they offer. Whether you're a corporation, a small business, a solopreneur, just a regular consumer, I think you probably get really great ideas from just checking out the website. Courtney, thank you so much for being here and taking the time to really showcase Bundled, but also tell people about how important it is to really be thoughtful during the seasons, this season and beyond. This is really an evergreen show. It's for every day because, gratitude is something that we need to express every day. It's not just Thanksgiving Day gratitude. It's about, it's about really showing up every day with that heart of gratitude, and gifting is definitely one way to do it. And I always say that, if you are feeling grateful for somebody and you don't do anything about it, it's like having a gift and never giving it. It's like you really have to express it. So thank you for being here. I'm so thrilled that you're able to make it. Thank you, Jennifer, for popping on. I'm sure a lot of people will be listening to the replay. Remember, Courtney has given us a really valuable gift. That all the information is in the comments. You'll find the hashtag and your special code WasteUp10 to get a great benefit for your next gifting opportunity. And there you have it, Waste Up Wardrobe Nation, the Waste Up Wardrobe weekly wrap up and the show of gifting with purpose and with intention. Thank you for joining us today. Remember, we're here every single Thursday at 11:30 live. We're here pretty much religiously, and we have been here for 121 episodes. So and we're not going away anytime soon, because we really want to build this really strong entrepreneurial community that really gives to each other and teaches and educates and also provides a lot of value. So join us next week at 11:30 Pacific Standard Time, same place, same time. Know that we are on many platforms, including YouTube and iTunes. So if you can't watch us, you can listen to us. See you next time. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. I would love to. You're muted, Courtney. Or did Rick do that? Oh no, you did that. Okay.
No, I think you did. Am I allowed to? I'm good to unmute.
Yeah, you're good. We're still, the feed is still live. We always kind of keep it live to keep it interesting. People kind of get to a little inside wind into the back room. But so you are live, just so you know.
Yeah.
I am so excited to get to know you better. I love, really, truly, I wasn't just saying that. I really resonate with your philosophy. I feel like we have a lot in common. So I'd love to get to know you better.
Yes, I agree.
How I can help just, promote you, or, just get to know you better. And just know, since I've been a Pinnacle member for a long time, a good amount of time now, please reach out to me if you have any questions. I would love to be just kind of your point person if there's anything that comes up.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Impressive what you've built out. Thank you so much for the opportunity. We really
Thank you. Thank you. It's just that little bit by bit, that sort of compound effect. And
that's right.
Yeah. And if you're doing it with that full intention and just knowing that you're doing something that causes a ripple effect, you can't fail. Because you can't stop doing it if it's helping people, right? That you'll never fail in business if you're really truly dialed into your why.
That is the truth.
It is the truth. So thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. I'm not
you.
going to keep you any longer, but so the show is on replay. It's evergreen. It'll always be there on Facebook. It'll also be on YouTube and iTunes. If you ever wanted to, like, maybe somebody wanted to learn more about your company and you felt like it's, you could refer them to the recording, feel free to do that. And we'll hopefully, maybe we can set up a time to talk. And
I would love to. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd
Be great. Have a great day and a great weekend.
Thank you so much. Take care. Yep. Bye.
Hey, Rick.
Hey.
How are you, my friend? My friend in the cave back there that didn't want to come out.
I didn't want to come out. I didn't want to come out, but that's
no
okay.
bloopers. Okay, you are totally.
I know.
Totally dropping the ball. Like, I expected a blooper today.
I'll have one for you next week. Now I sent you before you do your let's do your thing and then we can talk after.
My thing. Okay. I just have to check one thing because it's time sensitive. Sorry, 1 second. But I actually have a question for you. So I and I don't know if this is possible for you, but I'm putting a team dinner together on Saturday, and it's Saturday because that's the only day that Lillian's going to be here because she travels. She lives in her, in her van. So she's in San Jose most of the time. They're traveling. But so she's coming on Saturday for us to mastermind and strategize all day. And I wanted to do a team dinner, an early dinner. Would you be available to join us on Saturday for an hour or so? I know that it's Saturday, it's your weekend, and I'd be taking you away, but I really want you to be part of it.
Saturday the 3rd?
Yes, that's this Saturday.
No, I can't.
Why?
Because I'm running an event. I'm running an event at 5:00.
I was going to take you to a yummy vegan place because Lillian's vegan. No.
Yeah, I know. And if I wasn't running the event, I'd be at rehearsals. Jesus,
dude, seriously, like, I want to treat you. You're not letting me treat you.
I know. I'm sorry.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah.
Not any time in the like, we'll do it early dinner if that helps.
No, I can't.
Okay. All right. Well, my offer still stands if your thing falls through.
Okay. I don't think this is going to fall through because there's like 125 people come to this thing.
Yeah, you hope it doesn't, right? It's like,
yeah.
Christine, what are you wishing on me? No. I wanted to treat you, and Lillian is going to join, and it'd be nice to have my entire team. I mean, I consider you part of my team. Do you consider me to be part of my team?
Of course I do.
Okay. So I just have to check one thing because it's time sensitive, and then I will be all yours.
Okay.
Okay. So anything else? We have so much to talk about. And I have my video for Jade House Sale. The website is getting more and more closer to being, I mean, it is actually pretty done, but I'm holding it up. I don't want to release the approval. But she's like, you need to replace, this is urgent. We need to get your website working for you. So, I mean, I know I need to do that, but kind of like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, let's do this thing and then we'll talk briefly after that.
Okay. Let's do it.
All right, let me get this ready. Let's see. There's you. And I'm going to mute so you can start anytime.
Okay. Ever get a branded gift and then just put it in a big box where all the logoed mugs and water bottles live? See, I appreciate getting a great gift from a company or a person, but what I appreciate even more is a gift that's given with you, me in mind. Oh, I'm going to redo that. That I didn't want to say me so many times. Okay, I'm going to start over again. What I appreciate is this gift for you with you in mind. Okay. Ever get a branded gift? Ever get a branded gift and you just put it in a big box where all the logoed mugs and water bottles live and you just kind of leave it there? Because really, how many logoed mugs do you need from other companies? See, I appreciate a good gift, but what I appreciate even more is a gift given to you with you in mind. So, how do you, as a company, offer corporate gifting or gifting to your your team itself with them in mind? Oh, can I do that last part again? I think I should do the last part again. So how do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you as a corporate there was a beep, blink. Did you hear that beep? I'm going to do it again. So how do you as a company or a corporation give gifts to your people with them in mind so that they can feel special and it can be very, very thoughtful?
Okay. Yep. That'll work.
These okay.
Part one.
Part 1. Okay. Uh, so the waste up word of weekly art of gifting. So, the Waste Up Word of Weekly Wrap Up in a nutshell boils down to this for episode 121, The Gift of Giving. The main takeaway here is be thoughtful in your giving of gifts, whether you're giving it to a corporation or you're giving it to an individual or giving it to team members or creating swag for an event. Remember that you want to give them a gift with them in mind. What are they going to enjoy? A tip to think about is where can you enhance the lives of other people or show them gratitude by the power of gifting? A tool? Well, the company that okay, I'm going to start at tool. A tool to keep in mind is the website bundledmi.com. Is that right? Is it? Am I? Okay. A tool you can use to really create some powerful gift giving ideas is bundledmi.com. I interviewed their founder on this episode, and boy, does she have some great ideas to give unique, personalized gifts. And finally, action item. Go check out that website because I think you're going to find so many great ideas. It's going to inspire you to show gratitude to not only people that you do business with, but people that are on your team because they're helping you build your vision and you want to always be grateful and reward them. And a gift, well, that goes a long way, but a thoughtful gift, that goes very, very long. Is that good or maybe I should do the last part again, right?
Yeah. Do the last part.
What was the last part? Oh my God, I don't remember what I said. Maybe I should start from action item because
that would be better. Yeah, that'd be better.
Yeah. Okay, so an important action item is go check out bundledmi.com. They have some amazing ideas for how to give in a thoughtful way that really enhances the lives of the gifter or the giver. Again, I will go again. I'm exhausted. Okay. A lot of thinking here. Your silence is deafening, Rick, but I know that you're waiting so I can finish this. Okay. An action item is go check out the website bundledmi.com and check out the multiple ideas they have so that you can give thoughtful, valuable gifts that people appreciate and they'll put smiles on their faces. Remember, gift giving is a really, really powerful way to show gratitude and to get people motivated to either work with you or also work for you.
Yeah, I like that.
Was that good? Okay. Yay. Okay. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go get on a treadmill for a treadmill test. My